Okay. Do. All right. I'm going to put this over here. And we'll see if anybody joins me. If no one joins me, that'll be okay too. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to listen to the song. So you end up joining me here. We're going to be studying for 1,000 names. And song by Phil Wickham. So let's have a listen. I don't care about I don't need any particular video. Let's listen to the song. Here we go. Maybe. It's a rainy day, so it's a good day to study. Actually, any day is a good day to study, but I wish I knew. I don't know what all these cool buttons are. So here's the song. Maybe. Oops. Well, I gotta say, that's a solid song, As I just kind of like play around with this, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start. For those of you guys who are, kind of listening to me, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start this one as opposed to kind of starting right off with the names. I think I want to talk about this song for a second and how it is a little different than maybe some of the worship songs we sing today. I don't want to. I'm not here to like bash anybody or not bash anybody, but this one's real solid. It's a solid song of worship to the king, and so I have like lots of good things to say about this song in general. So let's go ahead and start with that. So I think what we'll say is. As the title of the very first one, I think we're going to go ahead and call this even an amazing song. So let's see. I think, and see, as you probably know, what I try to do in every one of my devotional messages is I try to always have an opening statement that is great, and then I try to like have a Bible verse. I've kind of already decided for this session that my theme verse is going to be one that you probably already know. Isaiah 9:6. For a child is born to us, a son is given to us. The government will rest on his shoulders, and he'll be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. There's 4 of the 1,000 names right there. Yeah. I decided it was 4 or 5. But here I think we'll start with an amazing song. And let's see. Let me see what I want to say about that. I think I want to use a psalm to talk about this amazing song. So let me go ahead and get my Bible app up here, which I use Bible Gateway. I don't really know I don't know if there's a way to like put this stuff in there, but let me just turn my camera just for a second so you're seeing what I'm using. So I use Bible Gateway. I know it's backwards and junk, but I use Bible Gateway. So I'm going to go ahead and do a search in Bible Gateway. And I'm sorry if this is backwards. I don't know how to fix it, so it'll be forwards. So I think I will not show it to you because other than the fact that I'm using it. So, because, maybe somebody will watch this. I doubt that. But just in case, I'm going to go ahead and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Bible Gateway to search for worship song. See if I can find something that makes sense for me. I like this. I kind of dig this particular passage. Listen to Psalm 66:4. I'm going to get the whole, I'm going to get the whole chapter and look at the context. Probably a good choice. Let's see. So Psalm 66 is the 4 is the key verse, but let's read it. Shout joyful praises to God, all the earth. Sing the glory of his name. Well, I like that part too. Might have to be more than one. Tell the world how glorious he is. Say to God how awesome are your deeds. Your enemies cringe before your mighty power. Everything on earth will worship you. They'll sing your praises, shouting your name in glorious songs. All right. So clearly this is going to be my first passage. Psalm 66, 1-4. So I'm going to go back to my little thing, and I'm going to post that in there. And that'll go crazy, but I'll fix that in a second. That'll be okay. This is Psalm 66. I got to do all the fixing so it fits on like the page, so that takes a bit. Good old Facebook Live running in the background, it doesn't help. So let's see if I can get all this fixed. part of this is, of course, being able to create what we do for and especially in YouTube, as we complete, you probably, again, for those of you who don't watch on YouTube much or at all, you never see some of these things. But anyway, this is so I can post the stuff I post, right? And it's obviously also my my script, right? Just want to see if anybody excitingly has noted it or anything like that, so no. Again, the likelihood of anybody being up and running on poor baby. Just read that some kids got COVID. That's a sad story, right? That is a sad story, but it's what it is. Kids got it today. No one wants to be sick, that's for sure. I feel sad for any kid that's got the vid. Feel sad for any kid that's got the vid. Okay. Well, anyway, back to this little story here. So as we jump around. All right, so I've titled this first one An Amazing Song. I've chosen Psalm 66, shout joyful praises to all the earth. I'll space some of this out just a little bit so it's right. The problem is, when you're putting this on the screen, is that, it's Psalms, right? So it's kind of in this poetry format, and you don't have room in my script page for that. So, okay, now what do I want to say about this? I'm going to actually quote the author's name. So I want to quote that because I think it's worthwhile, right? So one of my problems with quoting or copying and pasting is I'm about to quote Phil Wickham here from a page. And the problem is it's got the stupid link in it, so I'm just going to paste it into a notepad, which won't have the thing. I can get away without having to get through this, so that's easy enough. One is when the alleged date of release was, so that's good. I think that's good to know. So I said Phil Wickham wrote an amazing song in 2021, praising God by repeating many of his names. And now I'm going to quote Psalm 66. I'm going to say Phil Wickham wrote an amazing song in 2021 called 1,000 Names, praising God by repeating many of his names. And then as we call on God's many names over the next devotionals, let's remember that shouting his name is not only okay, but encouraged and glorious songs Even I can make it glorious. When I am shouting his name. Make that capitalized. It's a name. Shouting. Misspelled shouting. Name is capitalized. And finally, you can too. Okay, that is devotional number 1 done. Ready for that? Okay. Now we're going to start going through them. Now the first 4 I'm going to do are going to be these 4. Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. The goal is not to go back to Isaiah 9:6 for any of them. So these are going to be, the first week's going to be pretty easy because it's just going to be these 4. Then I'm going to do the ones from the Psalm. So let's go ahead and get started on doing the first 4. So I've already gone through all the devos and changed the names, and I've also changed the titles and also the theme verse. So I kind of had already done that. So that's kind of some busy work. So I just did Monday 1. I'm ready to do Tuesday 1. This one's going to be Wonderful Counselor. So we're opening that right now. So this is a pretty easy one. It's going to be, the title's going to be, He is a Counselor to Us. So still, Facebook Live is very exciting in the middle of it. So Facebook Live's in the middle of it. So I'm going to kind of, okay, here we go. All right. So we are now going to go and jump into the first one. So I think my title I want to use is He is a Wonderful Counselor to us. Counselor to us. Spell it wrong. All right. Now, I think, so I'm going to go back to the Bible app, and I want to put in counselor. Now, what you're going to get, you're going to get a lot of stuff in the Old Testament that's going to be about counselors for, David and Solomon and all the different kings and stuff. So you got to bust through some of those and take a look, make sure you're not missing anything that really needs to be said, right? I love this. It's fun seeing verses and going, that's kind of fun to see. Proverbs 26:16 says this: lazy people consider themselves smarter than 7 wise counselors. That's a hoot. There's Isaiah 9:6. I think what I want is well, I didn't see anything clear there, so I'm gonna let my Google be my guide and see if it can help a bit. I know I've got one. I'm just trying. It's escaping my head right now, so I'll steal a little help from somebody else. See what I can borrow. Oh, let's see. Here's a good one, right? Okay, so John 16:13 might be the thing. John 14:26 might be the thing. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with John 16:13. So let's bust that into our tool here. Again, we're going to go with the whole chapter, but what just happened there? What is going on? What in that copy? Copy. Better? That's better. Okay, here we go. And full chapter, so it's 16:13. We'll kind of read around a little bit, make sure we're good. Make sure it's not confusing. So we're talking about the work of the Holy Spirit. That's the one of God's, person, the person of God and the Holy Spirit. There's much I want to tell you, so I'm going away to the one who sent me. Not one of you is asking where I'm going. Instead, you'll grieve because of what I told you. But in fact, it's best for you that I go away, because if I don't, the advocate won't come. Advocate, that's a good one. I might want to put that on my list. Let's see. If I do go away, then I'll send him to you when he comes. He'll convict the world because of its sin. Advocate is kind of a counselor name. I'd like to look that name up. I might have to do that and see exactly what that word means there. Paraclete, I know, is the word in Greek. He'll convict the world of its sin, God's righteousness, coming judgment. The world's sin is that it refuses to believe in me. Righteousness is available because I go to the Father and you'll see me no more. Judgment will come because the ruler of this world has already been judged. There's much more I want to tell you, but you can't bear it now. When the Spirit of truth comes, he'll guide you into all truth. He won't speak on his own, but he'll tell you what he's heard. He'll tell you about the future. He'll bring me glory by telling you whatever he receives from me. All that belongs to the Father is mine. That's why I said the Spirit will tell you whatever he receives from me. So I think I'm going to go with, when the Spirit of truth comes, he'll guide you into all truth. He won't speak on his own, but he'll tell you what's heard. He'll tell you about the future. So I think that's my wonderful counselor. So that's what I'm going to use. Now the other choice, let's just compare here real quick. I don't know, man. Let's do this one too, though, just for fun. Let's do a compare, real quick compare. 14:26. And again, I'm going to grab whole chapter. What is going on here? Irritating. We'll do it. Full chapter. Again, in the context, Jesus replied, all who love me will do what I say. My Father will love them, and we'll come and make our home with each of them. Anyone who doesn't love me will not obey me. And remember, my words are not my own. What I'm telling you is from the Father who sent me. I'm telling you these things now while I'm still with you. Here it is. But when the Father sends the advocate as my representative, that is the Holy Spirit, he'll teach you everything and remind you of everything I told you. Okay, I lied. This is it. Okay, so John 14 is going to be it for this one. Wonderful counselor. So John 14. He's a wonderful counselor to us. I'm going to get a definition of counselor from my fine friends at Google. It's a person trained to give guidance on personal, social, or psychological problems. Okay, good. Number 2's done.